Hey, what's going on? You're now tuned in to the PVD Horror Podcast. I'm Brandon, and I'm joined by my co-host Dave. Today we have a special episode. We're going to be doing a review about a new film that just released and will be releasing soon in the UK on June 3rd, but it's called New Life. Dave, you want to sit there and take it on and let the people
Yep,
know what it's about?
sure. New Life is written and directed by John Rosman. This is his first feature length debut. It
Okay, this is his
stars
first film.
first film.
Oh man, it
Hey,
was great.
hey, Brandon, no bullshit.
What? No bullshit.
No, but first film. That's what I hear. It
Okay.
stars Sonya Walger. Um, I recognize Sonya. I was just telling Brandon this off air. She was on a show back in the day called "Tell Me You Love Me." Um,
Hmm.
but she's also in Lost. This thing I looked at said she was in Lost. I don't remember her character in Lost, but it's been forever since I've seen Lost.
I've never watched Lost at all, but I think there's a lot
What?
of seasons though. There's a lot of seasons. What's that, like
There's like
8 seasons?
something
Six,
like that. I was
seven?
gonna say
Yeah.
7 or 8. Yeah. You got to get on Lost, man.
Nah.
Uh, Hayley Erin, who was in Pretty Little Liars and General Hospital.
Okay.
I don't recognize her, but that's good for her. And Tony Amendola, um,
Okay.
and he was in Annabelle.
Yeah. Tony, I've seen him in many films. This is one of the main actors that stood out to me from this full cast. So, I
Yeah,
think he did a good job in this film from
yeah,
the parts I had seen him in.
yeah. And the beginning of this film. Oh, let me just say what the film's about first. So
Mm,
the short synopsis of this film is a mysterious woman on the run and the resourceful fixer assigned to bring her in. They're two unique stories, inextricably linked as the stakes of the pursuit rise to apocalyptic proportions.
mm,
Um, so yeah, the beginning of this film kind of sets the premise. It's all about like kind of tracking this, young girl down. There's a lot of questions as you're watching, like, why? I really don't know as I'm watching it for the first, however long.
yeah.
But it's obvious that there must be a really intense reason that they are trying to track this young girl down, and they send the character played by Sonya Walger to get her. And Sonya has her own personal issues that you see as the film's going on. And I'll avoid spoilers. So a lot of this premise we really can't discuss too much.
Yeah.
You start to, yeah, I guess, it's one of those films where as you're watching it, things, it takes time for the storyline to really play itself out for you to get all the full information of what is
Mm,
happening. But what you are aware of is obviously it's like kind of like a cat and mouse kind of situation, right?
yeah.
With a bunch of guys on computers and all these things popping up on the computers trying to track locations like they do in those kind of movies. And um, yeah, yeah, the girl's on the run trying to cross the Canadian border, and this resource agent is just trying to get her.
Yeah. Seen a lot of reviews and people that put out their 2 cents of the film and kind of like compare it a little bit to The Last of Us, So if
Mm-hmm.
you're a fan of The Last of Us or even Resident Evil or anything like that, they kind of like compare those shows and movies to this film. So if
Yeah,
you're into that subgenre or anything, definitely check out New Life. I think it's definitely worth checking out. It's now also available on Apple or any other streaming service to rent or buy. So I would definitely recommend this film, because I had a good time with it. Like Dave said, it's one of those films that kind of like take a little bit of time to take off,
yeah,
but when it does, man, it definitely takes off. So
yeah. Like they say, it's the slow burn that
yeah.
definitely fits. Again, when we were kind of dabbling and looking at other people's reviews of this, a lot of people seem to resonate with that. Like, if you like slow burns, you're not going to mind the build that this
Mm,
film brings. If you don't enjoy slow builds, you are going to have to just be patient and allow the film to play
yeah.
out in order to get all the information. You just have to. That's time you just gotta invest in the film. So don't give up. Plenty of twists and turns, plenty of information that's revealed throughout the film, keeps it interesting, gives it different angles, and goes in directions that maybe you wouldn't necessarily assume it's going to go. And
Yeah.
I really like that idea that like just by the premise alone, the trailer alone, you really don't know what this film's about.
No, yeah. Like you said, even the first 20 minutes, you're kind of
Yeah.
still like, and then when you get to it, it's just like, okay, and it's just like there's so many twists and turns, like you said. But, that's what makes this movie. So for me,
Yeah.
I enjoy films like this, so I
For
recommend it.
for everybody that's out there complaining that movie trailers are too long and that like it gives away the whole film, here's your film.
There
You
you
do
go.
not know what's going on just by the movie trailer alone, except
Yep.
for this idea that this girl is being chased, tracked down. So yeah, like Brandon said, I would definitely recommend it as well. Give it a watch. Um, yeah, it's a serious movie too. So like,
Yeah.
if you're in the mood to watch something upbeat, that's gonna like give you a smile, yeah, save this for a different day. This is
Mm.
one that you're gonna, like we said, invest time in. Get ready for a slow burn and just kind of, it's a more serious film. So with that being said, if you're in the mood for those things, this is definitely a film to check out on your evening, alone with the candles and the
The
wine.
candles.
Don't forget the wine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Well,
Well,
that's,
I'm glad we got to check this out. This was one that really wasn't on my radar.
oh yeah.
Uh, I don't know if you had kind of thought planned to watch this
I
prior
did
to getting the screener.
the trailer. Yeah, the trailer popped up before, and I had seen it, and I had seen the poster. I think the poster art into this on this film is really cool. There's two different versions of it,
Oh,
and
okay.
so there's one that kind of like resembles a video game. And then there's another one that kind of like it looks pretty cool. It's like two faces kind of like split apart. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so
Yep.
yeah, so there's two cool posters. So, that's one of the main film one thing that I always look for in the film when I first see it coming up on the screen or I want to check it out. The timing, the poster art that pops out to you and grabs your
Yeah,
attention, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So this definitely, was a film that I wanted to check out even before we hit the screener. So
Um, we can also probably drop the trailer so people can get a better idea of the film after hearing this. So go
sounds
check
good.
out the trailer. But yeah, New Life, check it out. Rent it on VOD if you're in the UK, June 3rd. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and hearing this quick review. We will talk to you later. Have a good night.
Take it easy.